into the sound waves, secrets of the dark maze, dark codes in the nighttime, information aligned, whispering in the spotlight, chatting through the late night, smart contracts are lying, auditing, they defying, counters serve you in my ear, security we engineer, learn the truth, don't disappear, counters serve you, we're right here, crypto dreams and data streams, listen close, it's closer than it seems. Fix the flaws, see through the smog, counter serve will join the blog.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Counter Surveil podcast. I think this is episode 60. Holy cow, we're getting old. Anyways, I'm Sledge. I'm the only host for tonight. Along with us, we have CrowdStrong and Altkey as always. And tonight we have a very special guest, the famous Pyro, Luke MCombie. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then we also have a guest.
Oh, come on, Sledge.
Do I want to
Nice.
use your? Now the question is, do I want to use your real name or not?
We have a very special guest honor us, and we have a guy who I don't even know. Who is this guy? who joined?
He broke in, but he's super chill. No, he's the other host because there's more than one host. Hey, Sledge. There's like, me, Ben,
Gang.
Strong. Yeah. Although he might just trade you out for Pyro, actually.
Yeah, man, that's
I'm
gonna be a
kidding.
fantastic time.
But
I'm
anyways-
catching up to him on the beard. I don't think I quite have the length yet to replace him, but
But you've
we'll
got the
get there.
girth.
We'll get there.
Giggity.
Don't worry, this is not monetized. However, this is a reminder: you should roll your own VPN. No, really, do it before the ID verification comes in, and then we're all stuck on IRC like it's 1998. All right, come on.
But anyways, let's get straight to the point. We've got some exciting stuff coming up, and Pyro and I guess myself, I'm honored to be part of it. Talk about SaltCon.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. So we've created a new conference, and it's coming up quick. Conference takes place in just under 3 months from right now. It's the last day of May, first couple days of June, and it's happening in Carolina Beach, North Carolina. If you have never been, this place is an amazing little secret. It has a good old school, like oceanside boardwalk. The Marriott Hotel that we're taking over every room of has 144 rooms all facing the ocean. Those rooms are usually like $400 and something, like $480 a night or something like that. We get them for $139 a night. All the local businesses are throwing down and giving us discounts, and this place is epic. If you have never really been out there, the culture is amazing. It is super friendly, super chill, good like southern seafood. It's epic. Dual Core is going to come out and play a concert. We're going to do Hacker Jeopardy, and we've got poolside parties, fireside chats on the beach with real fire. When was the last time you got to do a fireside chat around real fire? Just figured,
White House last weekend.
Sledge.
Exactly. Hey, but with my name being Pyro, we couldn't do the conference and have fireside chats without real fire. So we're working on the city permitting, but we're good to go, I think. It's going to be amazing. But come check it out. NaClCon.com. NaClCon.com. So SaltCon, right? Sodium chloride. And if you go there, you can get registered, you can get your hotel rooms booked, and you can come join us for what's going to be an amazing 3 days on the beach during just absolutely perfect weather. And we're going to just kind of do a island takeover there. There are amazing dive bars. We just spent several days out there on site doing the on-site visit and doing the planning, and it was just incredible. So yeah, please come join us.
Oh, looking forward to it, dude. This is gonna be sick.
Yeah. The more
So-
that we start releasing information about what's going on, I just love watching people's faces and the response. Because at first it was just like, oh, well, it's dedicated to the history of hacking, right? So we're going to bring a bunch of old schoolers to come talk to, the crowd about the original days where all of this stuff came from, right? The big thing that I think is sad is that a lot of times we lose our history because we forget to tell the stories and the tales of the past. And that's really kind of one of the big focuses of this conference is putting people in the same room with the people who were there, the people who actually did this stuff, who were the founders, the creators of what became our culture today. And that's really kind of, one of the big focuses of why we're doing this. And kind of what you can expect from like a content perspective.
Is there an age requirement?
21 and up. It's a lot of, Carolina Beach is a drinking location and a party location.
Okay.
As much as I would like to include folks under the age of 21, the hotel and the contracts that we have aren't going to allow that. So 21 and up, folks.
So what are the dates exactly?
May 31st, June 1st, June 2nd. And one of the coolest things that the hotel's doing with us, because that is a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. One of the cool things that the hotel is doing with us is they're also allowing bumper nights at the reduced rate. So you can come in Saturday night. This is the weekend after Memorial Day. So you can come in on that Saturday night and we'll already be down there. We're already going to be getting set up. But you can book that hotel room and stay that extra night then. You can also do the bumper night, which is the Wednesday following the conference as well. So pretty amazing deal. Like by the time you're done with it, booking the room, like if you just did like the 3 days, the price of what it costs to get the room is like the equivalent of what it would usually be for like 1 day. It's like a 75% discount or something.
Do we know what a bar dual course plan at?
I do. And I can't remember if we've made that public yet or not, so I'm not going to quite say.
Okay.
But there is an amazing bar and an amazing location there that we went to, very close to where all of this stuff is walking distance. And another secret I'll tell you folks that are tuning in, golf carts are a really big deal there. So make sure that you reserve and book your golf carts. We'll have some links on the website for that as well. You do have to treat it like a real car, no drinking and driving, no running over Pete Shipley. But it is a great way to get around on the island because it's small, it's all walkable. But yeah, a lot of the places there are like pirate and true coastal like type places, barbecue joints, amazing seafood. We went to this place, Fat Pelican, dude. It was amazing. You walk in, husband and wife team, and they have essentially a liquor store / bar. And you walk into the cooler and you go pick whatever alcohol you want. You take it out to the register, and then you can just hang out in this place that is amazingly eclectic. Like all kinds of two chairs match. All the art is crazy all over the wall. Everyone has written their names and stuff. It just, again, it's hard to paint the picture, but if you've never been there or checked it out, go watch videos about Carolina Beach. And I promise you, it's a good time.
So when's the talk on how to steal a golf cart from the locals?
Hey, you can submit it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be picked. And remember, the locals are our friends, folks. If we want to do this more than once, which we do, we have to play nice.
No, call for papers, all joking aside.
Yeah, the call for papers is on the website. So if you go to the NaClCon.com, you can see the CFP up there, and we've got all the information and detail there.
I was going to say, can we bring a Hemi and just kind of modify these motherfuckers?
That's what I expect to see. Just like, if you guys think about the Pimp My Scooter at DEF CON, where people were hacking up the scooters and making them go fast, I kind of worry that some folks may try to do the same thing with golf carts.
Woo!
I want to see how many people actually drive and bring like their own golf carts to this thing. That would be insane.
I'll build the jumps. I don't care. Give me a shovel. I'll build the jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really get a golf cart that distance all the way in Tennessee, but
Hey, they have them to rent.
I've got a Nissan Versa. That's about a golf cart, really.
Nice.
Honestly, the golf cart probably has more horsepower.
I'll tell you, I was surprised. I saw golf carts down there that were going like, no kidding, 40 miles an hour. Like, I didn't know a golf cart could do that.
I can't be
So.
trusted in a golf cart that goes 40 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like golf cart when I think golf cart, and then you see these beach communities and these people like have like, it's all but side by sides, you know, they might as well be like an off-road vehicle.
Oh, so you've announced the official golf cart competition,
Oh,
the golf
God.
cart race.
Oh,
This sounds like a great conference. Oh my God, I'm
Oh
so down.
man, a racetrack around the Ring of Fire during
Golf
the
cart
winter
races.
what I'm most excited for is that when I look at the submissions that are coming in for the CFP right now, the folks who are submitting that want to come be part of this are amazing. They're like people that I idolize and look up to, like people that, you know, when I first sent this out, I didn't know what kind of traction we were first going to get for like the CFP. You know, I knew everybody had liked the idea of a beach party and having a good time and going and spending time connecting and networking with 300 of your closest friends, but I didn't know what we were going to see from a speaking standpoint. And with the speeches and the things that have been being submitted, CTF's open until the 11th, I believe, or the CFP is open until the 11th. I'm I'm stoked for what our content's going to be. So it's we'll make announcements after we close the CFP and have done the selection, and we'll let everybody know who's going to be there and who's going to be speaking. But I can promise you, they're definitely names that you recognize and want to hang out with.
Did that one guy get accepted yet?
That there have been no one accepted yet, but there have been a lot of submissions that have came in, and we are being very very hush hush about what it is and who they are and those types of things, because we want it to be a big surprise when it drops.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some very cool stuff going on. So
And I'm imagining you'll tell us when it drops so that we can also update it on the Counter Surveil website.
absolutely, and thank you. Yeah,
You're welcome.
anything you guys can do. Like we have such a short timeline on this. Usually when you plan a conference, you know, you kind of announce stuff like a year in advance. We're
Yeah.
essentially doing it 3 months in advance. So
I wish you would have gave me more time, because then I
Yeah.
could have gotten off work and I could be there. But with this
No,
time
this is-
limit,
it's a Monday, Tuesday. You're sick that day. You've got a cough, and the sad thing is you know Friday before you left, you were coughing and you were having a rough time. You even felt a little feverish. So
You
know.
got the flu and the new COVID, like same weekend.
I got flu-ovid.
yeah, you can do this. I'm telling you. And again, nice thing is that the Carolina Beach, for those who don't know the geography of the area, is like right over the bridge, right? It's an island, like a strip, but it's right over the bridge from Wilmington, North Carolina. And Wilmington, North Carolina is a international airport. Great place, amazing businesses, again, wonderful culture, wonderful people. So it's one of the many places you can fly into. We've got other folks that are doing Charlotte. We just did Raleigh, which is a little further away. I think it was like a 2-hour drive, 2.5-hour drive. But when you talk about like flying into Wilmington, that's like, I think it's a $40 Uber to the event if you were to come from the airport. And we're talking about grabbing shuttles as well. So lots of ways to get there. We have folks
Steal
that
a
are
golf
driving
cart.
as well. Yeah, steal a golf cart. This is not from the locals.
Still one from a tourist. Still be fine.
Are the badges going to be like digital, or are they going to just be like regular badges?
So the badges, without giving
Can we talk about
much
that
away,
yet?
Oh,
yeah, this is not public, so you guys are getting the true drop here, because
Sick.
we have not talked about this anywhere yet. The badges are 3D printed.
Sick. Okay, love that.
They have embedded some things,
Cool.
and the badge challenge and the capture the flag for the event have to deal with, I'll say it's somewhat pirate themed, and it has to deal with you going to various locations in search of something. Good enough?
Yes,
So-
that makes me happy. Thank you.
Happy flipper noises.
It is a true like pirate treasure hunt kind of situation, and the badges play into that. And we have an amazing talent on our staff who y'all might know him. He did the badges for Colorado Springs B-Sides this last year. He has taken what he created there and is bringing it to the next level for our conference. And it is, app-free type neat things that you can do through the browser with your phone. Doesn't matter if it's Android or Apple, and it ties into your badge and then ties into the competition as well. So
That's cool.
I think that's more than I'm supposed to say.
It's
Probably going to get in trouble.
And let's just say I'm going to try to get one of those things implanted into one of my teeth. So we'll see.
There you go.
Yeah, and,
Talking about chips, right?
if I can remember, isn't that area where like Blackbeard sailed around?
Exactly. And I'll tell you again, one of the little secrets with stuff about showing up early, Sunday is when registration happens and when the day kicks off. And, Sunday kind of is interesting because it kind of runs from like 11 a.m. to like 11 p.m. Like that's one of the things with this conference is that it's not just like a few hours a day. This stuff, our breakfasts kick off at 7:30 in the morning and go to 9 a.m. Conference and speeches happen till like 5-6 o'clock, and then we have evening events that literally, with some of the bars and things that are open, I'm sure people will be out still having a good time at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So it's these are all day long sessions. I figure we're going to supply people with their breakfast, we're going to supply people with their lunch, with dinners. We want people to go out into the community and go experience Carolina and the beach and get part of this. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but they're literally like, here's our hotel, here's the boardwalk, and on the boardwalk is like a massive, like they have an amusement park, they have an arcade, they have this place that's done donuts since like, I think it's like 1941 or something like that, or 49, I can't quite remember. But this donut place is like the soup Nazi, if you guys remember that from Seinfeld back in the day. As in, when you go to this awesome donut shop, and people travel from all over the world to this place, you stand in line, and they only make one type of donut, and you can only buy one. And people stand in a line that goes down the boardwalk to wait to get into this place. They have tons of little bars and stuff right through there as well. It's just nuts, like little surf shops and all kinds of stuff. Again, I'm just ranting about it, but I can't go on enough about how cool the culture and the people are out there.
So it's worth mentioning. I'm trying to book a room now. It won't let me book Saturday to Wednesday. It'll only let me book Sunday to Wednesday.
Correct. So you have to book your conference room through the website to get those 3 days locked in, and then you need to call the hotel and say, hey, I would like to extend my stay. That's how these bumper nights work. Yeah. So, yep. Thank you for asking. That's actually a very, very valid point and tool.
That is something we do need to talk about later, because I had the same question.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at this right now because like that sounds like a grand time.
Dude,
So,
it's ridiculous.
from the
it's so much
comment
fun there.
section, Jay Walker says hi.
What's up, Jay?
Hey.
Dude, I love that guy.
So Jay is watching right now. He says, Pyro, that beard is epic, and tells me it's been too long since I've seen you.
Hey, I was inspired by you, brother. Like that's Jay. For those who don't know, he's a good old mountain man too.
I can appreciate that.
The
I'm just lazy.
podcast has been known for great beards. I'm losing the beard competition, being why I'm leaving my camera off out of shame.
Your beard's just in the wrong spot.
If I show that head on YouTube, they get a little upset. That's for the only pones.
I'm just thinking for SaltCon, you guys got to lean into the pirate, do the black beard, start weaving in the wicks, show up with the,
That's
That's exactly the plan. I have views for this already. Don't you worry.
Are we all growing our
We're
beards
gonna
out
have
for
some
this?
fun, folks. We're gonna have some fun.
Whatever
Uh,
you do, be careful what semi-permanent you use on your beard, or you might end up with weirdly tinted skin for a few months.
Well, and again, because of our commitment around the property and the size of the island and that stuff, when we hit 300, we shut down rooms, we shut down registration in the rooms. If we sell out the rooms at the Marriott, then it just spills over to the other large hotel. I think it's the Hampton Inn that's right there. And so that way, the two sides of the most of the boardwalk shops, the amusement park, all of that kind of stuff are like in between the two hotels. So it's going to kind of be this fun little path back and forth that everybody will get to experience. And you can do it out on the beach, walking along, ocean waves and all kinds of, seashells and just beautifulness. And by the way, these beaches are not like packed beaches. Like it's one of those beaches where even in front of like the hotels, you can walk like 100 feet in either direction and then not have a crowd. It's pretty rad. But
we should mention the vandalism and sticker policy.
Oh, yeah.
So, interestingly enough, we looked into this when we were out there this weekend, and the hotel, brand new remodeled hotel, people, please work with me not to destroy the hotel. We are going to take good care of that hotel. But here's the wonderful thing. We will have a sticker board at the event for everybody to be able to tag up and to be able to put their stuff up. And as far as the rest of the community goes, just like I was saying, Fat Pelican, all of these other bars and different locations we went to, everything's covered in stickers. Like they are a sticker community. Tons of stuff about surfing and off-roading and just all kinds of cool stuff out there, right?
We'll just take
tons of things about the salty life. Like that's something to explain, right? The reason we called it SaltCon is because out on the island, salt life and in North Carolina and all of this is a big thing, right? It's part of their culture. It's part of who they are, their community.
It's also in Utah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of self-explanatory, right? The Great Salt Lake is kind of densely filled with salt. But yes, I didn't realize that in Salt Lake they also use the salt life thing. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What about pirate dots? Will they?
What's that?
So Sledge, if you'll let him see what I'm showing. What about pirate dots? Will they let us bring 3D printed pirate dots?
Dude, of course. This is the point. We want you guys to get as creative as you possibly can. And when you see how the challenges and the things work that we're doing, there is going to be good opportunity for people to create some chaos as well as in, people may put up red herrings or may play with or mess with the competition in various ways. So I'm excited to see how that all
their
gets
golf
played out.
cart. Steal their golf cart. Now they can't get around.
So let's take a pause right there because Alt Key found, I mentioned her in our last planning meeting. She was the one that hacked the DEF CON badge. And I wonder if she has some ideas for this one.
Oh, absolutely. Nice. Messing with other people's badges is some of the most fun I have at conferences. And I have a long list of reputation that I've gained from making people's badges say offensive things to downright crashing them. Sledge was an exception.
You couldn't get mine. I had the RAM.
Couldn't get his. But yeah, no, I was going around DEF CON just crashing people's badges. Because there was basically functionality left in the image that would supposedly allow you to send items from badge to badge, but the badge didn't have enough RAM to handle an item over a certain size, and because the items were just literally hex bits,
out of resources.
It was easy to denial of item attack and denial of badge attack.
That's awesome. That's fun.
And it would just sit there until you put in the button combo and you held those itty bitty little pressy normal stupid buttons down that hurt everyone's hand for like 20 seconds straight. And I thought I was going to get Sledge, and I was going to be very proud to get a goon, and then all of a sudden, wait, it worked.
Oh, yeah. See, you start messing with the goons, then it becomes a whole other game.
He got hit with the missing no item. That turns out to be a bottle of water when you maxed out the hex values that you could send.
These ones were neat. These ones were, I'm trying to remember who did these. I can't quite see. Biohacking Village did these, and these ones were a bioluminescent badge. They were really cool. These ones were a 303 badge that we did many years ago that actually spread like a virus, like an STD, from one to another. And the whole point was for you trying to see by the end of the conference if you could get clean, or other people played it to see how many they could get.
Let's be honest, it's high school.
Yeah, it had a built-in breathalyzer as well, which was pretty cool. And when like 10 or more 303ers got together, it would start going, "Don't stop believing," and sing all kinds of other songs, right? Like it was wonderful. Like it was by far probably one of my favorite badges. Some of these Illuminati party badges were pretty awesome. Like,
without moving to my wall, you remember this one?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, buddy. All day long, right there. That's a good one.
Good times.
So, yeah, that's the other fun thing is that our production company that has been helping us with this, they have been going around to all the local businesses, working out these different discounts. So if you show up wearing one of our badges, like they're going to have like, 10, 15, 20% off type discounts. But they're also getting all these different things that they're throwing into the gift bags. So we tried to take lessons from like all the different conferences that we go to. And we tried to say, we really, really like what these guys do for the speaker dinner. We should probably take some lessons from that. And, we went to this event and maybe things were a little rough around like the registration process. So maybe we do this instead, right? But it really comes down to we're trying to create something that's going to be special. And ideally, I'd like to have something that year over year becomes something that is kind of coveted, that people really want to go to and look forward to.
Yep.
And maybe even full of rum because pirates.
I'm telling you, you mentioned Blackbeard before. One of the things again, tell you a little secret, a little earlier than I'm probably supposed to, but there might be things happening the night before the conference on that Saturday night where we go down to downtown Wilmington and we visit 3 of Blackbeard's known haunts, local bars that Blackbeard went to, used to hang out at it, and are part of the whole lore. So again, those bumper nights are nice, and if you can do it, it's fun to come out for the whole weekend.
Plus, it means you get there earlier to steal golf carts.
Right. So on the golf cart topic, you guys can totally like have a golf cart parade where you can decorate your golf carts and see who has the coolest one.
I love that. I think that's wonderful, and actually something that I think you should submit as one of the events.
That brings to mind Delchai, his wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
May he rest in peace.
Dog.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, lost way too many lately, but
Yeah.
Delchai had one of the coolest wheelchairs ever.
Shout out to FX too, by the way.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, Felix was epic. I did a post today, and instead of talking about just how insanely brilliant of a hacker he was, which he, there's no question about that. Everybody knows that. I decided to instead post the RFP submission that he wrote for the JRP, the Joint Routing Protocol, and kind of, give a nod to him just in the fact of how unique and special he truly was to just everyone who ever met him.
Yeah.
He was amazing. So just hard to lose him, and Hack and so many others lately. It's Timmy, a bunch of really good folks lately. And
it's like, can you fucks just stop dying?
Yeah. It's I was kind of crying about this the other day, literally, to like one of my friends, and he reminded me that the older we get, the more common these types of things become. So it makes you want to really appreciate and value the time that you get with people, and getting to share those moments. Some of you folks out there, like I consider extremely close. Like you are my blood family, and I may only ever get to hang out with you at a conference or something like that, but I treasure every single moment like that. That's
It's actually kind of
lately,
funny because
all the trips I've been doing to Atlanta have been nice because you've been taking that ridiculously long drive to come hang out with me, man.
Yeah.
That's been good.
And I guess there's
And
a
dude,
reason you're doing the Hacker History Conference.
It is.
Well,
it is. And
yeah.
well, and again, it's part of
You're
the thing where I don't want the younger generation to not know who some of these older folks are who are like literally the people who shaped and created the industry that they work in, live in, idolize, obsess over, those types of things, right? Like this culture and this community has been everything to me throughout my life. And I want to share that with as many people as possible. And what I don't want to have happen is for all these amazing history facts and all these cool things that made it possible for us to get to where we are today, for those things to be lost or forgotten. To me, that just seems sacrilege. I can't really think of a better word than that, but it really is.
So you just brought up 2 points that I want to touch on. A, as we get older, there's no shame. Tell each other you love each other.
I love you guys.
Don't be
really do.
ashamed to say that.
I love you, Sledge, you glorious bastard. There we go.
Yeah, I love you too, you fuck.
Y'all are on
Like,
your own.
and-
Sorry about it. I love you guys.
And B though,
Fits.
I just had an experience on Facebook the other day where somebody saw me as a goon and was intimidated. They didn't want to come up and talk to me. So I'm trying to be the guy that takes people under my wing and goes and shows them famous people like yourself, like, hey, these guys will actually talk to you, like ask them what kind of dog they have. It doesn't matter. Just go say hi or something.
Speaking of, what kind of dog do you have, Pyro?
I have two. I
Oh,
have two. I have a little, what they call a Chion. So it's a Papillon and a Chihuahua. And she is like 7-8 pounds, and she looks just like a fox. She could not look more like a Finnick fox without being a fox. She's amazing and super, super, super sweet. She also is kind of the head of the household. Her partner, who is about 4 years younger than her, is a German Shepherd Chihuahua. Yes, you heard me right. A German Shepherd.
I don't want to know how
Chihuahua.
that happened, actually.
don't? Yep.
I was going to ask a
You
very
want to
dangerous
talk about
question.
not being able to be monetized? Woo! But I'll tell you this: is that she was a rescue, and we thought that she was not going to get any bigger than about maybe 9 to 10 pounds. She is now 60-something pounds. Is a full-sized German Shepherd body and is stout. And her face, her head, and these huge, huge Mickey Mouse ears that a Chihuahua would have, she has on top of this German Shepherd frame. So I call her my bat dog. She looks like a bat when she puts her ears out. She's just amazing. Oh yeah, she's amazing. But
I want to borderline back to the idea of people being intimidated by big guys in the industry, right?
that's
And
so silly.
it was so weird for me to be part of that. I was like, what? Why are you intimidated by me? But I want to bring it back to, if you remember Brad Smith, aka the nurse. He's the one that took my shy ass and introduced me to all you fucks, and then it just broke my shyness.
Yeah.
So that's another rest in
the
peace.
nurse.
I love that guy.
Yep, absolutely. The nurse was an amazing human. Truly one of those people that touched people in like a meaningful way. Like the first time you would meet him, there was just this energy and this light with him that I think just really, I just remember it being a very moving thing, even when I first had my first good conversation with him. But he was another fellow with DEF CON goon as well. But yeah,
from my perspective, it was like, hey, let me show you the world, because I was fresh out of college, first year DEF CON Black Hat back in 2009, and he's like, hey, let me show you around. And I was like, sweet.
Couldn't have got a nicer person to do it with.
That's right. Now I try to be like him. He's my inspiration.
Yeah, dude, you're hitting home for me, Sledge. Like when you extended the invite, I still don't know why I'm here, but it's the best thing that happened to me all day, having the conversation.
Well, welcome, buddy. What kind of dog do you have? very important question.
I think it's a boxer mix, and it sleeps 24 hours a day.
Oh,
Where's he?
Is it a puppy or is it really old?
It's an old boxer.
There you
Loves-
go. Yeah.
if I was an old boxer, I'd probably be asleep too right now.
All right, Pyro, you got anything else to wrap up on SaltCon before I start drilling you?
No, man. I appreciate you guys so much for letting me come on and talk about it. With this only being 3 months away and there only being 300 spots available, this is awesome, and this is a great way to help us promote it. So thank you all so much.
Thanks for him. Thanks for being here. Thanks for doing it.
And
All
now,
right.
grill away.
Step 2.
Well, I mean, you are Pyro. You can't have grill without a little fire.
you don't
let's see,
know.
let's-
You don't understand how much of an honor it is to be talking to you right now, because I learned your name back in the day when you were on Exotic Liability and fucking Tiger Team.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago now.
What was it like with Tiger Team? I mean, I kind of talked with Larry Pesci a little bit about some of the stuff with Paul.com, but
Yeah.
that was kind of all mixed up too. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's,
start off with what is your come up story?
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in a place called Lander, Wyoming, right on the edge of the Wind River Reservation in the center of Wyoming. Population out there is about 7,000 people. Elevations 5,000 something. I might even have that flipped around. But it was a wonderful place to grow up. 1 square mile. We had a Radio Shack. It was my favorite place in the world.
Hell yeah.
I loved that place. Bob Beal, if I remember his name right.
Back when he
guy who
actually
run it.
sold electrical components.
Yeah, it was epic. And I came from my father was a sheriff. He's retired now, thank God. But he was a deputy sheriff and ended up being a sergeant, lieutenant, doing all those kinds of things. He was an amazing man to grow up under. He not only was a law enforcement officer, but he was a medic, an EMT, and a firefighter. So you want to talk about having a hero complex with your dad? Yeah, definitely. My father was an amazing man and a very kind man who, he spent every day of his professional career helping people in the absolute worst moments of their life. And I really always will look up to him for that, and very happy that I had the opportunity to be his kiddo. He also was extremely patient with me, and so was my mother. My mom did all kinds of cool stuff. Before she retired, she was a bank teller and helped folks with like new accounts at a bank, and really just is kind of a community champion out there. So I was blessed. My parents are still together today. And again, going back to, they were patient with me. They saw that I liked computers, and they saw that I liked anything that was mechanical or electrical. And my father saved up a ton of money to be able to buy an AST 486 SX from Radio Shack. And it was, no math coprocessor, 10 meg hard drive, 4 meg of RAM. It was ripping, man. It was an amazing system. And I had got to play with like my friends' Commodore 64s before that, and some of the old Atari systems, even an 8086 at one point that somebody had around. But this was like my first like at home computer that was ours. And I broke that thing and ripped that thing apart so many times. But it really sparked the interest. And as I was getting older in school, I got in trouble several times for hacking. I created a virus that ran as a batch file on Nobel networks, on old token ring networks, that would DOS the network by sending "I am God" to every single system every single time anyone logged in.
As one does.
And ended up, playing with satellites and getting in some trouble with stuff like that and other fun events as I was growing up. But I had a really good influence. Not only were my parents patient with me and understood that, I could turn this into something that would be good. I had this really good influence, Brad Kaiser, a guy that my parents had gone to school with, and someone I very much respect in the industry, and just a brilliant human, wonderful, wonderful soul. But Brad kind of took me under his wing and kind of, after I got busted for hacking when I was a little older, he was like, listen, you can do the same kind of shit you've been doing, and somebody like me is, going to sit there all night long with a VP breathing down their neck, asking if it's fixed yet, while the company loses hundreds of thousands of dollars and, nowadays millions of dollars right a minute. Or you can take that same knowledge, the same information, do the exact same things and go help people. And I remember telling him at the time, I said, Brad, no one's ever going to fucking hire a hacker. And boy, am I glad that I listened to him. And boy, am I glad that I was wrong, because it's turned into an absolutely amazing career. I have not been hands-on the keyboard lead for quite some time. I've been an executive now for 12 years, running businesses and companies, doing red teaming and offensive security work. But yeah,
what was your first job?
My first job that was IT related, I think the safest thing to say would have been, I think it's 1992 or 93, and Andy Hansen founded Rocky Mountain Internet. And I had gotten in trouble with computers a couple times, and my dad and him worked at the sheriff's office together, and Andy was spinning up an ISP. Nobody had these yet. We didn't have anything around, right? And like Wyoming.com was the only option at that time. And also a good bunch of people at Wyoming.com. But Andy wanted to spin up Rocky Mountain Internet Service Providers. He gave me a job. Like I said, I think I was 14, maybe 15 years old, and we built out Windows servers and had Livingston Portmaster modem banks, and we ran an ISP. And I'll never forget how cool he was, because he had, if I remember right at the time, it was like a T3 running to his residential home when he first started the business. Maybe it was just a T1, I can't remember, but it was amazing. Like, it was unbelievable bandwidth, whole 1.54 megabits a second or whatever it was. But it was amazing to be able to kind of be part of that and watch as his business expanded. And, he went out and got an office and launched this company, and everybody bought in the town, and it was cool. And I was going out and helping people troubleshoot their problems with their computers, and that really led to the creation of not only my first company, but also Hackers Against Corporate Culture. We were a small group, 8 of us. It was the first hacking organization that I was part of, and was one of the founders. That ran until about 1996, 97, when we had a little bump in on some of the activities that the group had done, and we incorporated and became a company that did physical and ethical hacking. And we this would have been about 1996, I think. Yeah. And that was Root Cellar Security Team. Went to DEF CON 8. That was my third DEF CON. Yeah, 6, 7, 8.
Oh,
yeah.
You got me by 2.
Yeah, I went to 6. 7 is my first year on staff. 8 was the first year I spoke. And Shatter and I did the speech, FAQ the Kiddies, FAQ the Kiddies, which then later became DEF CON 101. But when we did that old speech, it was really a conversation about just what you were saying, Sledge. When you go out and you have a conversation and you're at one of these conferences, go buy somebody a drink, right? Go up and talk to people and visit with them. Everyone here is human, and everyone's coming out here to be social and to be part of something bigger and greater than themselves. And I will tell you that not just in my personal relationships, but throughout my career growth, a lot of it has happened based upon the relationships that I made sitting there having a drink with somebody at DEF CON or Black Hat or
dude, it changed my life.
RBA Sec, like the B-sides events all over the world, right? These things are meaningful.
I was sitting at a bar at DEF CON, and some random creepy old guy sitting at a bar was like, "Hey, you want a job?" Next thing I know, I'm in Atlanta working at IBM.
Yep. And so that was it, man. Root Cellar really took us off the ground. I did 5.5 years with the U.S. government, doing really cool projects for the Norton Cobell litigation, along with a whole bunch of other hackers that are now, all part of Security Tribe and 303 and all the other fun organizations that we have out there. And I moved into being a cybersecurity professional around that time, where it was really my total focus. And Chris Nickerson, Ryan Jones, and I, we came together at Alternative Technology that then became Aero Electronics. We had the Tiger Team TV show, and then going out of that,
You got to talk about that.
the
Talk
TV show was
about
great.
that.
Yeah, it was great. The funny thing is, we said no for quite a long time. Our buddy Squeak, y'all probably know him in the hacking culture out there. Another DEF CON goon, great person, 23 org folk. He came to us and he had a buddy, Ori and Scott, who were producers that wanted to shoot a reality television about red teaming. And Squeak was like, you don't want me, but I know the people you want. And he introduced us. And at first, I could not get Nickerson and Jones to sign on. I was like, I think this is a great idea. It's going to be good for our business. Industry will like it. And they're like, nope, sell out. Nope, we're not doing this. Nope, we don't want to be on TV. Why would we ever publish this? None of our clients will allow this shit to be on TV. Right? It was just no. We talked and talked and talked. And when we finally came to as a group and decided to execute and do the show, we went to the producers and we said, we're happy to do this, but we have to have final say on the cut and technical production credit in this. We're not just talent, but we, with what we're doing here and with what we're putting together here, we want the opportunity to make sure that what we're showing is legit and real and in the right light and vein of what we do and why we do it. We didn't want to be shown on TV as like, look at these professional, threat actors that are robbing these jewelry stores and stealing cars. It was like
Stealing
no,
cars,
these are these people that are going and doing this for these businesses to help them secure themselves and make sure that they're strong and adequately secure and protected, against the threats and the problems that are out there. So it was cool. I can say it was one of the most unique experiences in my life. And in the end, where we were deathly afraid that the industry was going to be pissed about it or not going to like it, people loved it. And I cannot thank you all enough for supporting us back then and still to this day. I'll be at the conferences and I'll have people come up and say that Tiger Team's one of the reasons that they got into this, right? That they got into red teaming or into information security. And I'm very proud of that. Like that's something that's cool to be able to leave behind as a bit of a legacy.
Look,
even though it's only 2 episodes
Ryan
before it got sued off the face of the earth, but
yeah.
By the way, if y'all don't know, the reason that happened had nothing to do with the show, and it had nothing really to do with us. It was the fact that the production company and the network were fighting over control and money, and it ended up essentially just preventing the show from being able to be further produced. So we got tied up in court, essentially.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's like
bummer,
I
huh?
remember Ryan Jones doing the Wi-Fi shit. Then you guys dig it through the dumpster. Like,
Yeah,
it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool stuff, man.
No, it's what we were doing every single day for the work that we were doing for people, and it was just a neat opportunity to be able to go show that. It's a little weird when you do it for TV because you have to shoot like everything twice. You have to do the job and you have to film the job and you have to, it's a process, right? It's not as seamless as it looked in the way that they did the production, but at the same time, it was a really neat opportunity and something that I enjoyed doing. After that, I've had a career in pen testing and in governance, risk, and compliance gap assessment work, and in security research and leadership and all kinds of stuff. And today, it's led me to where I'm lucky enough to get to be with an amazing company, Red Helm. We are a kind of full stack solution provider, and I am the vice president of offensive security, vulnerability management, and I share responsibilities with another VP for our advisory and vCISO offerings. So you two kids can go out and be a punk ass hacker and turn your life around and go use it to help people for the good.
Am I mistaken? Didn't you make some appearances on Exotic Liability a couple times?
In and out on the background type stuff. That was Chris and Ryan's show really, and there were a
Yeah.
couple times where they wanted me on there. They definitely told stories about us on there,
Oh,
many
yeah.
a time.
They talked a lot of shit.
Yeah, a lot of shit. But again, both those guys, I love them to death. Ryan and I still work together. For the last 30 years, he and I have been together at I think 4 companies now. He's been my boss. I've been his boss. We've been peers. Like he is brilliant, and I'm lucky to have him. But yeah, he joined us at Red Helm a year ago, as of I think tomorrow. So
Sweet.
yeah, congratulate him on his anniversary. But yeah, he's been knocking it
Hell
out of the
yeah.
park.
And then didn't you appear on Paul.com back in the day before it became Paul Security Weekly?
I have got to do a lot of really cool interviews. Although Paul and Jeff's show back in the day, I don't think I ever was featured on. I actually kind of poked at them about this and was giving them shit about this a couple of years ago when we were all at RVA Sec together, because those guys are good friends of mine. I absolutely love them to death and love.
Paul gave me
their
a cigar a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, dude. If it's those two, it's cigars and scotch or bourbon. You can get a little loose about your bourbon, but yeah, it's always a good time. I have had some. I'll put it this way. Those two gentlemen and Jessica, if you know her, she's absolutely wonderful. Got to see me in very rare form a couple of years ago when I had probably had one too many libations. And it was a very good time. But it was also one of those times that makes you go, maybe I probably shouldn't drink so much when I go out on these things. All those kind of stories are the fun ones we'll tell fireside, right?
It's a 3-2-1 rule, damn it.
So what else you got for me? You said you're going to grill me. You asked me my life story and then sat here and let me wax poetically over it for probably way too long. But
That
what else
was
you got for me,
actually
bud?
kind of it, dude.
Yeah,
You're
good
just
stuff.
a famous icon, somebody I looked up to growing up and learning as I made my way up through to where I am now. You were always an inspiration.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. But in the same light, it's I say the same thing about all those before me as well. Even some of those that I'm lucky enough to be friends with today. I look at some of these people and I'm just like, I can't believe that I even get the opportunity to like breathe the same air as you and get
Dude,
to have you as a friend.
Working with SaltCon, I'm just like, how the fuck am I even in this position right now? Like,
it's because you're a wonderful human being, and I absolutely love the time that I get to spend with you, and I love you like I do, brother. So
love you too, man.
we're gonna knock it out of the park, folks. NaClCon.com. That's NaClCon.com. Go get registered, sign up, get your rooms booked, and we'll see you out on the beach.
All right, man. Peace. If you're out.
Later, brother. Thank you guys so much for
Later.
having me.
Thank you, Pyro. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Pyro.
And we've got another half hour to kill, so now let's move on to the next guest.
Mm-hmm.
How do we pronounce your freaking handle?
Hey, Nix.
Yeah, Nix is fine. Nixidos.
So, what's your come up story? Like, how did you become? You've been in management for what you say, 15 years? How did you become to that point in your life?
Well, first of all, how do I follow Pyro?
You know, that's really not fair, actually.
That. Oh no.
At this point, everybody's clicked the X, so.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure about that.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, thanks for having me, Sledge. But I've been a manager for about 10 years. But, I started, my come up story actually is through video games. A lot of people like video games, but I always like to say I got mad at the freaking hackers, freaking Counter-Strike back in the day, hacking, ruining your fun.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I got interested in security and a little bit of hacking and whatnot. But definitely 15 years in security operations, from being an analyst to admin leadership path about 10 years ago. That's my quick and dirty story.
But how did you end up becoming a manager? Like, did you have to go through certifications, or did you just kind of like fall into that role?
Did you just fall into it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy at the time was like, "Oh, we need a manager," and he stood up in the SOC and said, "Oh, that guy knows how to log in. He can be the manager."
I mean, it happens.
But yeah, I mean, it was a little bit about that, being the right place, right time, showing the interest, and like you guys were saying, the theme of today's chat has just been, we're all human, support each other. I had some weird conversations earlier this week that had me reflecting on people that I've lost in my career. So weird theme, when it all of a sudden you never think about these things, and this week, like, this is like the third time that's kind of come up in my week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not something anyone wants to sit there and think about. Like, no one wants to go, well, when I die, is my canary good? Is my everything good? Who's going to get into my accounts? What legacy am I going to leave behind? Who am I
That's
leaving
still an
behind?
episode we're talking about doing. Is
Yep.
Oh, well, shoot. Remind me of the name. What's it called?
You're talking about oh man, you asked.
If somebody dies, you got to have a plan in place.
Backup plans.
There's a name for it.
Yes. You've done a terrible thing, Steve. You've done a terrible thing. What a horrible night to have a curse.
A will.
No, it's contingency plans.
Contingency, yes.
That's
Contingency plans. We are planning on having an episode about that.
I was thinking about how, like, my grandparents had that book with all their username and passwords in it. That's how you got.
You know what? That's actually saved so much time for a lot of friends that I've lost in the last 6 months, because somebody had their password saved somewhere to where they could log into their accounts and just get everything done. So there are pros and cons. Like, yeah, write your passwords down, but put them in a safe and then entrust the key with somebody that you trust.
Right.
Speaking of, there's a lot of platforms that do have recovery tokens. You may want recovery tokens. You may want to save those, put them in a bank vault, maybe try a YubiKey. I don't know.
We're a firm believer in YubiKey on this side of the house for sure. I'm actually personally doing a project with some YubiKeys right now. I just bought like 7 of them.
Yeah, I love me some
They
YubiKey.
were cool for a while, but I just kind of stopped using them because most laptops and technology have it built in now. So it's like, screw it.
Aren't there some that actually do some sort of like family sharing?
Bitwarden is one of those, but of course, whenever you enable family sharing, always note that you are increasing your attack surface, so do so intelligently.
The phrase of the day is a dead man switch.
Can I have an alive man switch? I don't want to go to work today, but I'm still breathing.
No, the dead man switch. So it is set up in such a way that every so often it will reach out to you and confirm that you're still alive. You'll have to give it a password or some kind of authentication to confirm that you are you and still alive. And if you are unable to do that for whatever reason, it will do a certain set of things that you have instructed it to do, send emails, passwords, whatever, assuming that you're dead. I lived up in North Carolina for a number of years, and I was not near anyone who gave much of a shit about me. Not like that, but like my family, so to speak, or anybody who would be able to do anything in the event that I had a catastrophic incident. So I fall down the stairs one night and almost have a very terrible accident in my house, and I am about 5 hours away from my family. So it was at that point I realized that I should probably have my own contingency plans, because there may be one day I fuck it up, and I fucked it up. So I set up a dead man switch that is still running today, that in the event that I am incapacitated or something, and God forbid, I will have everything that needs to be known is known by the people that need to know, with instructions, very, very clear instructions on what to do in the event of my untimely demise.
That's a great use case for, like, in the movies you always see, if I don't update the server by midnight, it's gonna email this to all the news agencies.
Yeah, right. Now, the reason I thought about this to begin with was between the anime Death Note, which is what Ryuzaki had. He had a dead man switch, and then Vault 7 with Julian Assange and all that. When that all happened, he also had a dead man switch, and supposedly John McAfee did too, but John McAfee didn't kill himself, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
His apartment complex mysteriously destroyed itself, or had some kind of destruction event occur right after he didn't kill himself. Very strange. Very strange.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
Although I guess your dead man switch could be something as simple as not sending a meme in chat at least once per week. Or, I don't know, saying AI is great. That's enough to trigger some people. If I ever said that, y'all would know there'd be a problem.
That's the blink if you're not safe.
Yeah, that's very much to blink if you're not safe. If you ever hear me say, oh, you know what, guys, AI is not so bad, y'all, that is a cry for help. Please come get me. I'm scared.
Don't hug me, I'm scared.
I'm going to have to do something real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Remove.
Uh-oh.
And add.
Oh,
there we go. Now we're back to
and
normal.
we're back.
Okay.
Sledge, what did you do?
Is it a dinosaur story?
Well, every time we log into StreamYard, something changes.
Have we just tried not logging out ever?
At least we're not doing the thing where it's the cell phone and us this time. That's nice.
I did notice that it's not doing that this time. See? Every time we log in, it's different.
Maybe Frank fixed it.
Massive improvement, honestly.
No, they fixed StreamYard fixed it.
Somebody fixed it. Hey, mad about it.
Have they tried fixing it harder?
Click
That's
more
the
buttons.
best way to do it, is to fix it harder, for sure.
But Nix, I wanted to ask you, we were talking a little bit about it earlier. What's some of your, I don't know if you're comfortable talking about it, what's some of the worst case scenarios that you've experienced as being a manager?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we'll just follow up on the topic we were talking about earlier, man. Like, I was doing an interview earlier this week, and I was asked, what are your greatest days as a manager? And those were always great days when you're able to give out raises, promotions, somebody you've been working with gets a promotion, something like that. And then the guy asked me the follow-up question, what are your worst days as a manager? And I don't think he was expecting me to say, but I've had employees in my career pass away unexpectedly. So as a manager, you're having to kind of deal with that, and it's not common, but it happens. So like you guys were talking about earlier, like just supporting each other is such a huge part of the community. We're all basically nerds and hackers and infosec and various different roles, but at the end of the day, like, we just got to support each other. So when it comes to work, how are you handling everybody's workload? How are you helping your people around you, whether it's a peer? In these companies, you might have a big team, a small team. There might be people great outside of work or not. But at the end of the day, just support each other. So like I was saying earlier, just having conversation, invites, reaching out. You never know what somebody else is going through. or what you guys might have in common. Yeah, I mean, that's such a huge part of it. In the technology, it always still comes back to the people.
We all know the real
Absolutely.
answer. Your best days are Saturdays and Sundays because you don't have work.
Managers always have work, especially if you're working like a sock 24/7. Don't go there.
Yeah.
I have insight here.
Days off. Is that English? How do you translate that?
Oh, those are days you work but don't get paid and really don't get credit for.
I think we call that comp time, where you can work here, but then you get this time off, but we're not paying you any extra.
What a mess. What a mess. Right.
Well, I don't know. You got anything else to add, Eric? I mean, Nick's.
Dude, slop set.
Every time, dude. All right. So when we started doing the cast, this was a thing. The first couple of episodes I was on, he dropped my name, and I was like, "You have to go delete that." And at some point, it just fucking doesn't matter because like it's been said 1,000 times over the course of the last 7 years.
I think he's done it to himself today, even.
Bat strong. Now everyone knows he's secretly bat strong. And that's honestly a problem because now he can't just, save the world anymore. It's an issue. And, that's why 2026 has sucked, is because everyone knows who Batstrong is.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Bad. Don't give him your secrets.
At least you have a common name. It could be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, me too. One of the guys I was talking to earlier this week was like, well, if I hire you, I'm going to have 3 Erics on my team. I'm like, that's not my problem. Let's go.
Well, the other 2 were here first, so you're going to have to pick another name. Don't forget to have some numbers and maybe a symbol.
I currently have 3 Nathaniels, and it's a lot. We had to give them nicknames.
When I got hired at IBM, there was like 4,000 other Steve Wilsons, so they had to put numbers behind my email address to make it work.
Mess.
Yes, what happens. And that's how you have a 3 in Sledge, right?
No, that was just me being drunk and looking at a hammer.
It happens.
I was like, I need a handle for IRC 20 years ago. And I'm looking around my bare ass, freshly moved into fucking apartment, freshly moved to Atlanta, living on pizza boxes and a sleeping bag for my first day on the job at IBM. And there's a sledgehammer sitting there. And I was like, I'm going to go with that sledge. That's my handle now.
Now you're stuck with it.
And somehow pizza boxes and a sledgehammer just doesn't surprise me in your apartment.
Honestly, no. He just needs more fire. Like, I'm kind of happy he didn't try to go by like pepperoni or something stupid. That you'd be glad you picked Sledge. There is way worse options you could have picked at that point.
I mean, you could be making fun of CrowdStrike. I don't know who does that. That's actually really funny because Sledge gave me my handle. I was sitting in that lab on the other side of that camera that he's got there, working one day, and I was bitching about CrowdStrike, and he was like, "That's your nickname," and I was like, "Son of a bitch, I guess it is."
Yeah, better than that time I called somebody Quarter Zip, and that became their handle because they hadn't picked a better handle. They still can't shake that name.
There's another guy that couldn't figure out what he wanted his handle to be, but his last name is Cannon, and I was like, "Bro, that's your handle."
It's canon now. You can't get rid of it.
Was it my guy?
I don't think so.
The college student?
Super shy motherfucker that picked up a server from my house the other day.
Server too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. I gave him the handle Cannon.
Yeah.
He's canon now.
All right. Cool. Right on. Good. Love that. I didn't know that, but that's good.
Mhm.
I was like, dude, if you don't take that, you're missing out. 'Cause,
Well, he
dude,
doesn't
that's
have a
a
choice
trooper.
anymore. If you don't pick a
Yeah,
handle
well,
for yourself
once
fast
you're
enough, we'll give
given-
you one.
Yeah, well, once it's given, it's given. You can't take it back.
That's the problem, right? It's like it's not a problem, but like I feel like it means more if somebody gives it to you as opposed to if you make it up yourself.
Right. I mean,
I
you
mean,
can
we can
guide
talk
the
about
handle,
Joe.
but-
You all know Joe.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
talk about names. It doesn't matter. But I took him to TourCon in 2016 because he was a fresh noob, didn't know anything about anything, and he pronounced it meter preter.
Oh,
Is that what his name is?
So
Meter
his
preter.
handle is now preter.
Preter.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh man.
Mm.
When I
Ouch.
first moved to Charlotte, there's a river called Catawba, Catawaba, Catawba. Well, I pronounced it Catawaba, so like I got the
Right.
one of my old mentors poked a whole bunch of fun at me and called me that for a little while after I had just moved. That was fun.
Hi there, Waba.
Catawaba, it's Catawba. I learned a thing. There's also a brewing company to make halfway decent beer.
Well, I mean, I'm always like beer. I'm never going to complain about beer. Love you too, Pyro.
Thanks again,
Bye.
Pyro.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got asked the other day how to spell my high school. I'm like, well, I haven't thought about that in 20 years, but Chapahachi. And yeah, he's like, okay, spell that for me, please. Yeah.
It's like,
If
I'd
you
rather not,
go-
actually.
If you Google it, Google Mo Fat Ho, because it was Moffat County High School, but somebody moved or removed the letters from the building, the wall itself, to say "My Fat Ho" or some shit. Like it made the newspapers and everything.
Classic.
Mm-mm-mm. The lull. It's the lull.
Mm-hmm.
And I
think
definitely
we're
wasn't the
winding
guy
down.
putting purses with holes in them with glow sticks on City Hall property. That wasn't me at all.
No idea what you're talking about.
Definitely not you. No.
That was Bob.
Yep. In Dallas.
So
Those two fucking tricksters.
So, if I am correct in my my assertion here, it looks like at least three of us from here on the Counter Survival podcast will be at SalCon. That's what that looks like.
Woo!
So, neat. If you guys want to come hang out, you should do that.
Yes,
shit.
sir.
It sounded awesome, dude.
It'll be fun.
It's
I'll
going to
be
be
sober
dope.
for like 2 whole minutes of it.
I'm on the planning committee and I have to hop on that call in half an hour. So let's wrap up with that.
Yeah, that's we figured you were, but I've already booked a room and got a ticket and all that. So, and I
All right.
asked Alt if she wanted to room with me and
Mhm.
come hang out. So there will be at least three of us.
All right.
It'll be a good
Peace.
time.
Peace.
Cool. Thanks, Nix.
High
See you
school
later.
pasta, y'all.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.